name is John Fearon, and I'm the CEO of a company called Drop My Site. We have a few websites. Our main website is dropmyemail.com, and we back up emails, websites, and databases. So when I started, even before I really started a proper entrepreneurial career, I recognized that I wanted to make a difference more than money. Money can be a goal. It's not a very satisfying goal. I think a lot of entrepreneurs or wealthy businessmen basically try to play the Forbes list. I don't think that makes a significant impact on people's lives other than your own. And then even then, how much money can you spend? How much money do you need in life? And so for me, I'm probably quite passionate about helping others improve themselves. That's why I like to be involved in projects like helplearn, which really are about supporting other people and helping them on their journey. And I'd like to do more on that. I think that teaching someone to fish is much more important than giving them fish handouts. So I'd like to be more involved in teaching entrepreneurs and teaching new businesses and basically help people with lifting themselves out of their situations. I saw an interesting article about Africa. It was a TED talk. The guy was saying that he had gone to Africa to help Africans and teach them how to farm. So they'd gone and they'd planted a whole bunch of legumes and all sorts of vegetables, and it was in Zaire apparently, and they'd found this wonderful piece of fertile land, and the legumes had grown wonderfully, and just about when they became ripe, the hippos came out of the water and ate all of the legumes. They destroyed all the crops, and the help aid agency had said, "Why didn't you tell us about this?" And the local said, "Well, you never asked." And so the fact is that what you need to do if you really want to make a difference is engage people on their level and figure out what they need, and that way you can make a real difference. And I don't believe in handing out donations or setting up schools that are not paid for by the local community. I would rather help entrepreneurs. And that's how I'd like to make a difference in the world. And that's not one country. I believe entrepreneurs hold the answers to most of the world's problems. Not all, but most. So I like living in Asia, and I like living in Singapore. I mean, Singapore for me is one of the best westernized Asian countries. So I can speak English here. I don't need to be able to speak Mandarin or some other local Asian language, but I can do business in Asia. And so it's a very good connecting kind of hub for me for the rest of Asia. And I have applied for permanent residence here. I would like my family to become Singaporean. I'd like to have passports that said Singaporean on them. And the reason for that is that I think that Singapore, every country has its own problems, but I think Singapore really, at the moment, really supports the entrepreneur. It encourages business. There isn't any. It's not difficult to fire people. It's not difficult to hire people. There's very little legislation around stopping you from starting business. That's not that there isn't any, but it's the most business-friendly environment. And a lot of other countries in the region are really, they put up barriers to doing business. And what I mean by barriers is, for instance, in South Africa, where I'm from, there's too much legislation protecting employees. So it's very hard for businesses to really commit. So, they try to take out contracts and they find ways to basically, avert the law. Whereas what you want to do is build teams, you want to build people, and you don't want to be worried about having to fire people if they don't work out. So I'm very happy to be based here. I think that Asia is it's going to be it is the dominant economic power in the world, and at least for the rest of my life it will be so. And I like that. I like being part of that. So yeah. So if you're a business owner and you're worried about marketing, the thing that you really need to understand is that marketing all really falls around the brand, and there will be marketing dollars wasted on buying certain media or whatever the case may be. But if you are true to the brand and you measure things with your media buying and try to basically find positive ROI, you will win in the long term if you are consistent with your brand messaging, the problem that you're solving, and meeting the expectations of your customers. All the other tricks of the trade are they can change. The media can change, the media buying can change, but the brand won't change. That remains consistent. So be true to that, and then learn about all the other little things you can do around social media, search, PR, etc.